Hey guys, King Kanji here. First off, apologies if I do sound a little bit funny today. I have had a cold recently and I am on the other side of it now, but it is still a little bit crap. But today I'm looking into something that people have been discussing lately, ever since the Toyotaro interview. And that is it likely that future Trunks will ever return in the series? And given the context of the interview, as many people have looked at, although we don't know 100% that anything is confirmed or to be set in stone or anything, it does seem hinted at that he actually will. So in this video, I'm looking at potential grounds for him to be reintroduced, so like how, why, and what would its purpose be. Now, remember that this is complete speculation, and it is all theory at this point. So, we know that in Dragon Ball Online, Dragon Ball Heroes, Dokkan Battle, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse, that Trunks is depicted as being a time patroller, keeping the laws of time in order and making sure ain't no bitch fucks with it. But this is just a plot device for the games to make sure that it can have popular characters return, replay the events of Dragon Ball without doing the same thing over and over again. Quite clever. However, if they decided to go further with this premise, it would make a very interesting way to bring Trunks back. So let's run with that thought for a minute. Let's say Trunks is a time patroller, keeping time in order. Things may get a little bit confusing in this, so I will try and keep it as easy and simple as possible. In Super, we can assume that the universes run parallel in time with each other, right? So by that I mean, Beerus and Champa seem to be around the same age, Vados and Whis also, the Saiyans exist in both universes, the characters that seemingly have counterparts do seem to be around the same physical age as each other. So with that in mind, let's assume that when we're in age 779 in Universe 7, we're also in age 779 in Universe 6. Trunks, of course, was from the same universe, but from an alternative future of Universe 7. But to be honest, that will be beside the point now, because if Trunks is overseeing time, and for the sake of convenience, let's assume that the Supreme Kai of Time is canonical as well, in this theory, and that they're safely away in their own bubble outside of the laws of time, observing everything going on within the other universes, in age 850 or whatever, wherever Toki City is, or whatever, I can't remember that. Now, with that kind of confusing premise out the way, let's have a look at why Trunks might come back. Well, being a time patroller, it would be Trunks' job to make sure that nobody's messing with time. This would include Toa and Mira adjusting history, it would include creatures like Cell stealing machines, going back in time to absorb things he doesn't have now, and basically just making time machines and travelling in time. It may even include techniques that manipulate and or skip time. You may already guess where I'm going with this. Hit, the legendary Hitman from Universe 6 in Dragon Ball Super, has a technique that he uses that skips time. What this is basically doing is pushing him that 0.1, 0.2 and eventually that 0.5 seconds into the future. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but if you walk into a bank and steal 30 pennies, you're still a thief. He's obviously used his techniques many times before, practicing it and perfecting it. So who knows how long he's been doing this, and who knows actually how much time he's skipped in this entire process. So what if, after observing the Inter-Universe tournament, Trunks has to step in and correct the issues that Hit has created with this technique? But why would Trunks and the Time Patrols only notice this now if he's been doing it for so long? Well, here's a couple of reasons. It could be number one, that Hit is actually just so strong they wanted to make sure they could actually get people who could fight him. Number two, it could be that 0.1 seconds is possibly forgivable in their eyes, but Hit is improving his technique and making it more dangerous. It could be number 3, that Trunks has only been observing Universe 7, and until actually seeing them meet for this tournament, he was unaware of Hit's technique. And it could finally be number 4, that it could just end up being written that way, much like the other arcs that conveniently didn't conflict with each other, so we didn't see Cell interfere with Frieza and stuff, that kind of convenience. Another issue worth bringing up with Hit's technique is, remember how we were assuming that the time is parallel in each universe, so in Universe 7 and Universe 6 we're in the same age? Well, if one person is skipping time in one of those universes, it would affect the other universe, like a butterfly effect. But with that in mind, it would make total sense that Trunks would have an issue with this. It could even be the case that after this tournament, Hit knows about somebody who manipulates time to a much greater extent than he does. But Kanji, how could future Trunks' power levels still be relevant to the story at this point? Well, the truth of the matter is, power levels have been picked apart all the way through Dragon Ball Super. So from seeing the Super Saiyans manhandle the fighters in the Inter-Universe tournament, and Gohan apparently being way stronger than Piccolo in the regular Super Saiyan form in the last arc, It is possible that it could just end up being conveniently written that Trunks' power is still totally relevant. Alternatively, Trunks has become aware that he was the strongest fighter they had in their timeline and continued to train to keep them all safe, and after becoming a time patroller, gained the ability to get stronger and train with all the important people throughout history. This would be logical, but I think the first reason is probably more likely. So that's the basic idea of that. But for those of you who are unaware of spoilers in Dragon Ball Super's next few episodes regarding the outcome of the tournament, or if you're possibly avoiding spoilers, then thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll give you a few seconds here to leave so nothing gets spoiled for you, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, now, thoughts on the spoilers. After Goku has defeated Hit, Champa seemingly gets mega frustrated with the Universe 6 fighters and goes to destroy them. But apparently somebody steps in his way. It could honestly be one of the box standard characters we all expect, like Goku, Monako, Whis, Vados or somebody. But what if that is Trunks' time of arrival? And he has to stop Champa because he has to have a harsh discussion with Hit about his technique. How he learned it, how it's developed, improved, did somebody teach it to him, etc. Well, that's all the food for thought in this video anyway, guys, but I really hope you enjoyed this and it's given you something to think about. But please remember to leave a like, a comment and subscribe to start training on World King Kanji's planet, and I shall catch you all in the next video. Bye!